Syria's Prime Minister defects to the rebels. His whereabouts? Unknown. We're going to go straight out to Meg Coker, who's covering the situation from Beirut, Lebanon. Meg, thank you very much for joining us. This is got to be the biggest coup so far on the defection front, hasn't it?
That's right. The Syrian Prime Minister Riad Hijab, he's the highest-ranking official in the government to defect. He fled Syria, we believe, earlier today, although there's some confusion about his whereabouts. He was the highest-ranking Sunni official in the government, and a spokesman for him said that this escape was a long time coming. He left the country with many members of his extended family, but we don't know exactly where he is right now, whether he's in a neighboring Arab country, a little bit further away from the conflict, perhaps in the Gulf somewhere, or where he is exactly right now.
And what is the Assad regime saying about this?
Well, they're projecting quite an image of calm and sort of business-as-usual mentality in Damascus right now. When the news broke about the prime minister leaving the government, there were lots of conflicting statements about where he was, what he was doing. But Damascus put out a very quick statement out on state TV saying that, in fact, the government of President Bashar al-Assad actually fired the prime minister. They didn't give a cause for his firing. They didn't say where he was located. So there's a lot of propaganda that's been flying around today. The President Assad, he has not appeared in public lately, but state TV did say that President Assad quickly named a replacement. There was apparently a new cabinet meeting today in the wake of the old prime minister leaving. So it doesn't appear that the government has disintegrated. It does seem like that President Assad and his regime loyalists can still fulfill what they see as their existential mission, which is to either destroy or wipe out the rebels that are threatening the regime.
How valuable will this defecting prime minister be to the rebels or to any of the countries supporting those rebels, like, for instance, Turkey, Qatar, Saudi Arabia?
Right. Well, Riad Hijab, he's had a very unglamorous career. I mean, he's considered sort of a gray bureaucrat. He's a longtime member of the ruling party in Syria. He's had a lot of high-profile positions, but he hasn't been part of the security apparatus, and he hasn't been part of the military. And those are the places where Assad's loyalists do sit. However, I imagine that wherever the former prime minister is right now, there are many intelligence agencies that are debriefing him about the sort of the mental stability and the wherewithal of President Assad, trying to figure out who he trusts, who is on the outs, and who might be other weak links of his government who can be exploited and further the goal of regime change there in Syria.
Now, what are you hearing about the latest fighting in Damascus and Aleppo? What's the situation there? Is it just continuing slaughter?
Yes, there's continuing clashes each day. That the UN observer mission, which is their mission is about to expire right now. But the few observers who are still in the country have expressed alarm at the growing humanitarian situation in the bigger cities, especially in Aleppo in the north. There's been government shelling in certain neighborhoods where the rebels have held up and trying as they try to take over that big metropolitan area. Today, for example, there were reports that an entire apartment building collapsed and residents inside have been just smothered in that rubble. There probably between 30 and 40 people killed, according to witnesses we've spoken to, and other neighborhoods in urban and in rural areas have been continually shelled by government forces who are trying to smoke rebels that are hiding there out into the open.